Ukrainian paratroopers destroyed several Russian tanks strengthened with superstructures near occupied Marinka. The 46th Separate Airmobile Brigade reported that their artillery delivered a precise strike on Russian soldiers. It is not only the usual FPV drones that can destroy enemy armored vehicles. Our soldiers have recently performed very well and accurately, the paratroopers noted. The video shows several Russian tanks, which are completely covered with grills and camouflage nets, and are trying to move along the road. The armored vehicles were also equipped with a KMT-7 mine trawl to pass through minefields. One tank was destroyed on the roadside. It was stopped between Marinka and Georgievka. The second tank with superstructure did not even have time to leave the area of Marinka and was destroyed on the road. The Ukrainian fire was adjusted with the help of reconnaissance drones that monitored the movement of Russian armored vehicles. In this sector of the Donetsk region, Russians are trying to advance to Georgievka with the help of tanks with superstructures and break through the Ukrainian defense. The Ukrainian General Staff said that 4 battles near Krasnohorivka, Georgievka, Kostiantynivka, and Paraskoviivka in the Kharkiv sector ended over the past 24 hours. Georgievka is located to the west of Marinka. The road to Kharkiv, one of the key defense centers of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Donetsk region, runs through the village. At the end of June, Ukrainian paratroopers defeated a Russian armored group near Georgievka in the Donetsk region and took prisoners. Several tanks with superstructures, 1 MTLB armored personnel carrier, and 1 infantry fighting vehicle remained on the battlefield. Ukraine inflicted heavy losses on Vladimir Putin's army as the fighting intensifies across the front lines. Battlefield reports show both sides made gains and losses over the last few days. Russian forces recently made confirmed advances southeast of Chasiv Yar, near Avdiivka, and southwest of Donetsk city, while Ukraine's army recently advanced north of Kharkiv city. However, the Russians continue to suffer catastrophic losses as they desperately attempt to secure a major breakthrough. In its latest bulletin, Ukraine said that Putin's army suffered another 1,100 casualties on Tuesday, bringing its total losses to a staggering 554,510 troops. Russia's generals also saw their military equipment further depleted, losing another 2 tanks and 36 artillery systems. A video posted to social media channels showed a field strewn with burnt-out hulks of Russian tanks, destroyed by the 79th Air Assault Brigade. In one image, a tank can be seen exploding into a huge ball of flames after being struck by a munition dropped from a drone. During the war, Russia lost over 8,000 tanks and is struggling to replace them. Analysts estimate the Kremlin loses nearly 100 tanks a month, but at the same time can build no more than 50 new ones within the same time frame. To try to plug the gaps, Russia has turned to its stock of Cold War tanks that were being kept in long-term storage. The recovered tanks include T-55s from the 1950s, T-62s from the 1960s, and a variety of T-72 and T-80s from more recent decades. The tanks are refurbished and upgraded and then sent to the front lines, alongside newly built ones. The U.S. announced a new $2.3 billion military aid package for Ukraine on Wednesday, one day after Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said the U.S. would soon provide Kyiv with more air defense interceptors and critical munitions. The new package includes $150 million in artillery rounds, interceptor missiles, and anti-tank weapons, according to the Pentagon. This portion of the package is drawn directly from U.S. stockpiles under the Presidential Drawdown Authority, PDA, and can be delivered quickly to Ukraine. An additional $2.2 billion will be purchased for Ukraine from U.S. arms manufacturers under the Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative, USAI. a program that takes longer to supply the weapons but provides longer-term support for Kyiv. The USAI portion includes Patriot and NASAMS air defense missiles, two of the systems that have been critical in defending against ongoing Russian aerial barrages. The Biden administration plans to accelerate delivery of these munitions by resequencing upcoming foreign military sales deliveries for Ukraine, the Pentagon said in announcing the new package. The $2.2 billion in USAI funding for Ukraine is one of the largest such packages the U.S. has announced, though it is dwarfed by the $6 billion USAI package announced in late April. This is also the fifth military aid package for Ukraine, since the passage of a $95 billion supplemental aid package in April, which included $61 billion in aid for Ukraine.
Выстрел! Выстрел!